What occurs if you ejaculate daily? It's a question numerous men have pondered about, but might be reluctant to inquire. In a world filled with contradictory information, it's challenging to know what's beneficial and what's not. Is it a sign of a healthy sex drive, or could it be excessive of a positive thing? Today we're going to address this subject directly. We'll provide a balanced evidence-based examination at the science behind daily ejaculation. We won't be offering a simple yes or no response, because the reality is much more complex. Instead, we'll investigate both the potential advantages and the possible issues associated with this frequency. We'll begin by examining 5 potential advantages that research suggests could result from ejaculating daily. Then we'll change direction and discuss 5 potential issues you should be aware of. By the conclusion of this content, you'll have a much clearer comprehension of how this very personal practice can affect your physical and mental wellness. Let's begin with the positives. What are the potential advantages of ejaculating every day? First, it stimulates the production of pleasure hormones. When you ejaculate, your brain produces a mixture of feel-good chemicals. These include endorphins, which are the body's natural pain relievers and mood enhancers. You also experience a rush of dopamine, a neurotransmitter connected with pleasure and reward, and oxytocin, often termed the bonding hormone, which promotes attachment and relaxation. Finally, there's serotonin, which helps control mood and contributes to feelings of wellness and happiness. This hormonal production is why you often feel relaxed, happy and satisfied after an orgasm. Regular production of these hormones can contribute to a better overall mood and decrease stress levels. The second advantage is enhanced sleep. If you've ever felt drowsy after ejaculating, you're not alone. This is largely due to the production of a hormone called prolactin. Prolactin creates feelings of relaxation and drowsiness, which is why many men find it easier to fall asleep after intercourse or masturbation. The same pleasure hormones we just discussed, like oxytocin and endorphins, also help decrease stress and promote a state of calm, making it easier to drift off for someone who struggles with insomnia or restless nights. This natural calming effect can be a significant advantage, leading to better quality sleep, and as a result, more energy during the day. Third on our list is the promotion of vasodilation, which simply means the expansion of your blood vessels during sexual arousal and orgasm. Your heart rate increases, and blood flow improves throughout your entire body, not just your genitals. This process helps your blood vessels expand, which is beneficial for your cardiovascular system. Enhanced blood circulation ensures that oxygen and nutrients are efficiently delivered to all your organs and tissues over the long term. This can contribute to better heart health, and may even help reduce blood pressure. Think of it as a mini workout for your circulatory system. The fourth advantage is one of the most discussed: a reduced chance of prostate cancer. Several major studies have investigated this connection. The most notable one, a long-term study from Harvard University, followed over 30,000 men for nearly 2 decades. The results published in the journal European Urology found that men who ejaculated frequently, specifically 21 or more times per month, had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who ejaculated less often. The leading theory is that frequent ejaculation helps clear out the prostate, removing it of potentially dangerous substances and old cells that could otherwise accumulate and become cancerous. While it's not a guarantee, it's compelling evidence that regular ejaculation plays a protective role for the prostate. Finally, the fifth advantage is an enhancement in your immune system. You might not think of ejaculation as a way to fight off a cold, but some research suggests it can help. Studies have shown that sexual arousal and orgasm can increase the levels of certain antibodies like immunoglobulin A or IgA. IgA is one of your body's first lines of defense against viruses and bacteria. Furthermore, the stress-reducing effects of orgasm also play a crucial role here. Chronic stress is known to suppress the immune system, making you more vulnerable to illness by helping to reduce stress levels. Regular ejaculation can indirectly support a stronger and more responsive immune system, helping you stay healthier overall. Now that we've covered the potential benefits, it's essential to examine the other side of the situation. What are the potential issues or downsides of ejaculating every day? The first potential concern is that it can become a psychological compulsion. It's crucial to distinguish between a healthy practice and a compulsive behavior. If you enjoy ejaculating daily and it doesn't negatively impact your life, it's likely not a problem. However, if you feel an overwhelming urge to do it every day, and it starts to interfere with your work, your social life, or your responsibilities, it might be becoming a compulsion. Compulsive behavior is characterized by a loss of control, where the act is no longer a choice but a perceived necessity. This can lead to feelings of guilt or shame, and may indicate an underlying psychological issue that needs to be addressed. Second, it can be used as an emotional support. Many people turn to masturbation and ejaculation to cope with feelings of stress, anxiety, fear or sadness. The release of pleasure hormones provides temporary relief, making it an effective short-term coping mechanism. The problem arises when this becomes the only way you deal with negative emotions. Using ejaculation as an emotional support can prevent you from developing other more sustainable coping strategies, like exercise, meditation, or talking to a friend or a therapist. It masks the underlying problem without actually solving it, which can be detrimental to your long-term emotional health. The third potential problem relates to fertility, a decrease in the quantity of sperm in the semen. Your body needs time to produce and mature sperm. While production is constant, a full recharge can take around 72 hours. When you ejaculate daily, your body doesn't have enough time to replenish its sperm reserves to maximum levels. This results in a lower sperm count per ejaculation for most men. This isn't a problem, but if you and your partner are actively trying to conceive, ejaculating every day might reduce your chances of success. In this specific scenario, spacing out ejaculations by 2 to 3 days can help ensure a higher concentration of sperm, increasing the likelihood of fertilization. Fourth is a potential decrease in desire. While it may seem counterintuitive, ejaculating too frequently can sometimes lead to lower libido. This is partly due to the brain becoming accustomed to the constant release of pleasure hormones. If your brain's reward system is constantly being activated, it can become desensitized over time, meaning you need more stimulation to achieve the same level of pleasure, and your overall spontaneous desire may decrease. Furthermore, there's the refractory period, the time a man needs to recover after an orgasm before he can become aroused again. While this period varies, constant ejaculation can keep your desire at a lower baseline. Sometimes a short period of abstinence can help reset your system and reignite that sexual spark. The fifth and final potential problem is that it can contribute to premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction. This is especially true if daily ejaculation occurs through rapid masturbation. If you get into the habit of rushing to the finish line as quickly as possible, you are essentially training your body and brain for a sprint, not a marathon. This conditioning can be difficult to unlearn, and often translates into premature ejaculation during partnered intimacy. Moreover, this can create a cycle of performance anxiety. Worrying about lasting longer can in some cases contribute to psychological erectile dysfunction, where the fear of not performing well makes it difficult to get or maintain an erection. The focus shifts from pleasure to performance, which can be damaging to a healthy intimate life. Now I know that for many men, hearing about issues like premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction can be incredibly frustrating. These are common struggles, and finding effective solutions requires understanding the underlying causes and developing healthy approaches to sexual wellness. While our focus today is on understanding the science behind daily habits, it's important to remember that sexual health is multifaceted and involves physical, psychological, and relational components. Many of these concerns can be addressed through education, communication, and sometimes professional guidance. Understanding your own patterns and responses is crucial for maintaining a healthy relationship with your sexuality. The key is developing awareness of what works best for your individual situation and being willing to make adjustments when necessary for optimal sexual and overall health. Remember that sexual wellness is an ongoing journey, not a destination, and being informed about the various factors that can influence your experience is an important step in that process. With that said, let's wrap up our discussion and summarize the key takeaways about ejaculating every day. So to wrap things up, what happens if you ejaculate every day? As we've seen, it's not a simple question with a simple answer. It's a complex topic with a spectrum of potential effects. On the one hand, it can offer significant benefits from boosting your mood and improving your sleep to potentially lowering your risk for prostate cancer and strengthening your immune system. On the other hand, it carries potential risks such as becoming a psychological compulsion, an emotional support, or contributing to fertility and sexual performance issues like premature ejaculation. Ultimately, the key is balance and self-awareness. There is no magic number that is right for everyone. The most important thing is to listen to your own body and mind. If ejaculating daily makes you feel good, reduces your stress, and doesn't interfere with your life, then it's likely a healthy practice for you. However, if you feel it's become a compulsion, if you're using it to avoid dealing with your emotions, or if it's causing issues in your intimate life, it might be time to reassess. If you have any concerns about your sexual health, it's always best to speak with a doctor or a mental health professional. If you found this content helpful and informative, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We'd also love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.